Here we go, guys. Really busy morning, but I'm going to try to knock out a bunch of different charts for you. Had some requests in Discord, and we're going to go through all those. I think a lot of those tokens you'll probably enjoy seeing because you know, it's like STONKS and what else? DIONE. I think we got bread in there. Bread on ETH, TOSHI. Anyway, I've got XRP in there as well. But we're going to go over a bunch of different ones. And oh yeah, NIR's another one too. Remember, I'll always timestamp these. I'm currently live streaming on Twitch at the same time in case anybody has any questions in our Discord group. So if you're interested in our Discord group, just know it's in the description there. Or if you want to purchase Nansen, there is a 10% off discount in the description as well. So just be aware of that. We'll go through some of the Twitter stuff real fast. I know your time is valuable, mine is too. And yeah, I want to focus on the things that you want to see. So if there's anything specific, you know, feel free to comment below what you'd like to see in future videos, and you know, we'll try to get into that. So let's see, this was on July 15th. We're on the 19th right now. Aerodrome is one that was looking real good. It's on base ecosystem, and I was just talking about how it looks like it was above the bullish line that I had drawn, and you know, some of the metrics as far as smart money were looking pretty good. And so, you know, some new smart money wallets joining in. Coinbase Ventures had involved in this one. Let's see. Yeah, chart above bullish line. I've got the CA there and everything if you're interested in it. Just follow me at Bike for Sale. You can find all that information. But if we were to go and look at it again, I should have brought that one up already. Let's see if I have. I think I have this one saved. Yeah, there we go. Let's just see what it's doing now. I actually haven't looked at it. Yeah, so it kept going a little bit. I mean, I suspect it could go some more. So it's up, you know, 40% or so, which isn't too bad. I mean, every token we're expecting to do like a 10x at this point, right? You know, we enter something, if we don't make a 10x, we're upset. Okay, so here's another one, TYRANT. Let me look that one up. This was just a, you know, normal looking triangular type you know, structure that I expected it to go back up and test again. If I had to guess without looking at it yet, I'd say that it probably hasn't moved yet. It's probably just going sideways, but let's just see. It's interesting to look back at these and see what they did. Is it this? Yeah, it's this one, okay. I didn't save the chart on this. So it did pump up a little bit. What is that? Yeah, I mean, it did a 2x, so, you know, pretty good, but, you know, it did come back down, and it's probably just going to go sideways for a bit and then pump up eventually, you know, into that triangle top, if I had to guess, you know, something like that. I should have saved the chart, but I didn't. So it's about a 3x move into that anyway. Just want to make sure I don't lose this other chart that I was going to talk about. Okay. Yeah, most of these I have saved, but this one I didn't. So yeah, TYRANT, if you want to look into that one. It's one I hadn't heard of before, but I got it off of Nansen and, you know, thought I'd look it up for people. Yeah, so I was talking about Bitcoin. We were being cautious until it broke above this trend line, which is about 65K. As long as we stay above this secondary support, the value area low, which we are currently, we're having a little bit of a pump, so that's good. I think once we get above this bullish line, is that the right one? No, if we get above this support right here, there was a lot of volume that took place here, you know, during this whole range, like from here to here. So if we can get above that, then that would be very bullish to me. But I mean, we also know that it takes quite a few hits sometimes to get above this, you know, this resistance area that had been created. So we're kind of just in a range right now. Initially, I thought, well, we might still come down a little bit, and we still could, but that's what I would watch for, is to see if we get a rejection there. And you could even call this kind of a rising wedge in a way. So if we get a rejection right there, then yeah, we're probably going to have some lower targets. But good thing is memes are still doing real well, even when Bitcoin's not. So, you know, there is possibility to make some money. Yes, that's Bitcoin. And then DIONE, one of my friends here on Twitter, he's in our Discord. He has his own Discord, but he's talking about Bonjour here, and it's one that I'm actually involved in. Just full transparency. Me and 2 other people are in a small team that run it, and we're also the ones that did CHOLO. So we're working on both of them right now, and big plans for both. But of course, price needs to go up before we can execute those plans. So what we're doing right now is big marketing campaign. You're probably seeing my Telegram go off a lot, trying to set up, KOLs and stuff like that. We don't give out our tokens though. We pay in SOL, or we pay in, USDT or whatever. So there's no chance that a KOL can dump on us because of that. It's really important that we do it that way. Okay, so yeah, the buy zone hit on Bonjour, which this was a couple of days ago. It's changed since then. It had a double bottom. Here's CHOLO was in a buy zone, and it bounced off of that buy zone. Yeah, here's the Bonjour double bottom. And then what we've got going on, you may want to jump in. I mean, it's up to you, not financial advice, but we do have a partnership ongoing, and our big marketing campaign with them is going to last till next Friday. And then, we had a couple of Telegram alpha calls. So I think price is going to get going here pretty soon, but we'll see. And then same for CHOLO, it could get going as well, because they were just in a value area. Most people, if they come across the chart, they'll say, yeah, I mean, this is a good risk to reward for me, so they're going to jump in. And our Telegram's pretty active already. We got people posting in there and stuff. So, check it out if you want to jump in there sometime. People have been talking about XRP being bullish lately. I'm just not convinced yet. I need to see a clear break above this trend line that I had drawn. And I drew this trend line many months ago, and it continues to respect it. So number one has to get above that, and get above that. It also has to get above the bullish line right there. Could be a really good play though once it does. It's hard to catch it after it breaks out, right? I mean, it usually just takes off and leaves you behind. And then I posted this for the MOG community last night, and I am part of the MOG community, and I'm in the token as well. MUBI did the same exact move. I've been following it since the beginning. Of course, this is a much higher time frame versus what this is for MOG, I think. No, actually, they're daily. Okay, it just looks like it's more condensed with MOG or MUBI, because it's this token has been around longer, I guess. Well, no, they've been around about the same time. I don't know why the price action looks more choppy with MOG. MOG for some reason takes longer to move than MUBI, but that's fine because it's mostly following the same trajectory. So I'm looking for a TP2 take profit area. And I did take some profits somewhere in here. I mean, this is a 40x move I called way back here at this support line. Some of you may remember that if you've been following me on Twitter for a while. So I called it Twitter, I called it Discord, and everybody made a lot of money on that one. And we can still make a lot of money. I think as long as this TP1 line holds, it's still going to move up to this TP2 before some kind of temporary rejection. And then I zoomed in for people. And, what is this? What's that Trooper movie? Well, I can't even think of the name of it. Anyway, this one about the cops, the state patrol cops, that the comedy. He was just saying enhance. So that's what I did. I zoomed in, and you can see that this kind of ascending triangle formation has it's taken place on both of them. So that's what I'm looking for. It could break out of this, and Bitcoin did something very similar. So just be aware of that. Bonjour. Yeah, I posted a chart. I mean, this is a good post we did with, green candles with some sunglasses there on the puppy. And I posted this chart just showing how nice it looks. We got to break out, retest, and we just need eyes on it at this point. It's going to take off, I think. And this is just an 18x that I've got pinned here that we did before. I mean, we've done 40x, 60x. We've done a bunch of different calls, both here on Twitter and Discord. So, if you're interested in doing that, just check out the description. Let me see, let me check one thing here. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and jump into, I want to show one thing here on the presidential chart, just to update. You know, it looks pretty much the same. We're just kind of going sideways during this halving to presidential election date. You know, it's happened over and over back here. We're starting to see some fear. So that's good, actually. You know, you should be buying into the fear once it's reaching its peak. I mean, if you were to flip this, if you were to invert the scale, you know, you're looking for the peak of fear, so you know when to get in. So there could be one more. Here, let me just flip it back. There could be one more move down with the, this is just a fear and greed index. It could come down one more time and then be ready to move up. It actually just came down twice here and just one big one here. So I'm still seeing it look the same. I'm not going to change my theory until something breaks. And one thing we can watch for as far as macroeconomics is if we see unemployment skyrocket to like 8, 9, 10% and rates are coming down at the same time, then yeah, that's reason to be concerned that the market could be rolling over. But we're not seeing anything like that yet. Here's that XRP chart again. We already talked about that. Let's get into some of these tokens that Discord members asked me about. And a lot of these are on our spreadsheets already that we did research on. Okay, this one is a cash network. And I mean, it had a pretty good move here. What is this? 20 cents to $6. Yeah, that's a really good move, actually, since mid 2023. So when you see something like this and you haven't taken any profits yet, I mean, it's a 25x move. You at least have to consider it. And if we go to a higher time frame here, it really becomes clearer where, I mean, I could put another line here, really. Like I could put a line here and say, if here on the higher time frame, if this level is lost and you start getting weekly candles close below it, then you have to get a weekly candle back above to feel confident that it could move back up. So either number one, it's going to go sideways, or number two, it's going to come down here, you know, to the support levels. And I didn't write my little support or bullish above on this. I meant to. But yeah, I mean, it's clearly bullish. I mean, bearish right now. I don't even need Engineering Robo to tell me that, because this candle closed below this major support. The higher time frame you get, the more major the support is. So it's rejecting off of that every single time. So if you haven't taken profit on this, I mean, if it were me anyway, and it's not advice at all, but if it were me and I was looking at this and I hadn't taken any profits, I would take a little bit at least. So just be aware of that on ACash. But as far as targets, I don't think I did any targets on this one yet. I can just give some preliminary ones. I mean, coming back up, this will be a target for sure, this top one. But other than that, you could go here, you could go there. That would be like a 5x, 10x still. Yeah, so that's just using fibs. All right, what do we got now? Optimism, okay. So we're gonna look at optimism. It's got an AI buy signal, but you have to be careful with this just because there is a trend line and this could be a fake out. I mean, it's okay to buy something like this at the support, which this is still support, even though it says bullish above, it's still a support line. So, you know, if it was to come back down, you could consider buying there, but, you know, if it was to close a daily candle below that, then you probably want to consider getting out and then, you know, rebuy at support level down here. But it is bearish. Well, you know, if you go to the, right now on daily, it's bullish. But if you go to a higher time frame, I would imagine it's bearish. Let's see. Yeah. So you're bearish on the high time frames. Just know that the higher the time frame you go up to, of course, the more it lags. So you would definitely prefer to be in it as soon as possible. I mean, looking at this does look bullish even on the high time frame, even though this says bearish, because if there was a line right here and you end up closing this candle on the weekly above that, then yeah, I mean, that looks okay. And it may push up a little bit and then come back down. And that does happen sometimes. But this is, it's pretty good support. So I think anything around here is a good buy. Anything around here is a good buy. That's the way I would look at it. And this is called Engineering Robo AI, by the way. Some of you have asked me about that in, in Discord and on Twitter and in YouTube. I do have a link that I could give you if you're interested in buying it. It's not cheap. I mean, the AI version is about I think it's $2,500. But there is a free trial, and there is there's like a monthly $99 one. But the problem with the $99 monthly, the free trial, and the yearly version is it's not this version. This one's the AI version. There's one that's like a premium version that's still really good. It just doesn't have the AI features in it. Anyway, if you're interested in it, just let me know and I'll send you the details on it. Okay, so we talked about optimism. Yeah, let's go to TOSHI. This is TOSHI on base. And currently it looks a lot like Bitcoin right now, really. But there is a buy signal on the daily. I don't think we're going to be able to look at high time frames very well for AI signals because it's fairly new. Let's just see if anything pops. Yeah, it's not going to show up. But this is, if you look right here, this is a pretty significant rejection. So at minimum, and really I should probably move this down now that I'm looking at it. Let's just see something. Sometimes you'll reject down to the 786. So pull this down, maybe there. Now let's see what the daily looks like. Yeah, so you could get, a lot of times it does return back to this shoulder, and it could even dip down to this lower area here. So, yeah, if you're not in it, I would probably wait. And really this should probably be my bullish. So this is bullish above. This is support. I'll just eliminate this other support for now. Your buy zone's kind of like this. So anywhere in this green box, pretty good place to buy, in my opinion. Here is Brett, and this is on ETH actually. So be aware this is the ETH version. And it's interesting because the next one I'm going to show you looks exactly like this. Sideways action since May this year. So, it could stay in this range, could break out of this range. It's kind of in no man's land, to be honest with you. I just, if it were me, I wouldn't be buying here because it's just too risky. You're sitting right at the resistance here. You've got an area down here that if it fails, it could come down pretty good. And another thing I would consider is how much has it gone up from bottom? That's a 1500x. Not many people would have gotten in here at the bottom, I don't think, but some people may have gotten in here, so that would still be, 590x, something like that. So it's really significant, the profit that people have made. So just be aware of things like that. Think about the sentiment side of it. But yeah, it is bullish on the daily currently, technically. And there's your targets. At least my opinion of what the targets are. Okay, so here's STONKS. I was talking about it looks very similar. You can see now that they are very similar. STONKS is bearish though. So what if, looking back at the one we just looked at with Brett, what if this is the future of what Brett's going to look like? Maybe it turns over at some point. And there's a possibility it's already done it and it's ready to go again, but it's hard to imagine that for me. I can't remember. I think, did Brett start on base? So the ETH Brett is the newer one. I think that's right. Yeah. So yeah, this looks pretty bearish to me currently, but as long as it holds this bullish line, you're good on. And this is on STONKS on Ethereum. Yeah. I think this is just a duplicate. Okay. Layer 0, which is called ZRO. Kind of the same thing. It is bullish. Needs to hold the bullish line. It's been sideways a lot. This one could be a good value play. What is this? Well, it hadn't been around too long, June of this year. So I could see a case where it could come back down to support, and that would be a pretty good buy for value. But one thing I would say about these is make sure that the projects you're getting into have good marketing, that it's obvious that they're out there marketing. Like, I'll show you a good example. So on Bonjour here, we are doing a marketing campaign. Whoops, that's mine. We're doing a marketing campaign, and it's a cute little dog. The Olympics are coming up, and we're trying to set it up to where we have something on the website that says, it kind of has that Olympic theme to it a little bit. Nothing crazy. But you'll notice, we're getting a lot of engagement. Number one, you need to see that from your token. Of course, that's a new post. It'll get a lot of engagement soon, but here's another one. So as you scroll through this, you want to see that there's a lot of likes, a lot of retweets. It'd be great to see a partnership announcement or something, if you had a token that you were looking at and wanting to get in. This one got a lot of, this is a good meme here, went shopping for more Bonjour bags. Yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea what you're looking for, where it's obvious that a token is marketing, that they're putting in the marketing dollars, that they're putting in the effort. Check their Telegram, stuff like that. Make sure what you're getting into is active, because if it's not, price kind of does what it's going to do regardless, it seems like, because there are market maker bots that run things. But in general, you want to see a community that's active. Look at MOG, for example. MOG is very active, and that's exactly what you want out of your group. Okay, so let's jump to DIONE, and we'll just see what we're looking at there. The reason I wanted to start out on the weekly here is because it paints a clearer picture. And I believe this is one that went up a lot, isn't it? Yeah, 68x. That's a lot for a higher market cap token. Let's see. Yeah, this could end up being, this is what jumped out at me. This could ultimately end up doing a head and shoulders, or I could do a fake out head and shoulders and then move back up. That's kind of what Bitcoin's doing right now, I believe. So there's a couple different options there, but what you're looking at is the bullish line is failing here, it seems like to me. It's popped back below it. So just be careful with this one. I guess you could buy here, but I would really wait till the candle got back above. This is a very important level. And I haven't looked at, let's just see where most of the volume is. So in this range, the volume was here. Yeah, it was kind of right in here. So that's near that support. That's why that was important to me. And then if we take the top of the range, yeah, it's sitting right there. So I guess, technically I could move this down just a little bit. I draw the lines myself though, so sometimes they're not exact. And then your targets are up here. Of course, these higher targets, I don't know if it's going to hit that or not. It could. No guarantee on that. This is Aether Cloud, ATH. Had a really nice consolidation range when it first launched. This is the one that was on our research page that people knew about early. So tight consolidation, breakout, retest, and now it could be ready to go. It's looking good to me anyway. Yeah, RSI looks real good. So if you're in this one, I think just stay in it for now. Looks fine. It could even dip back down one more time, but I think it consolidated enough that it's going to do well. And of course, everything's related to what Bitcoin does. We'll just have to see. But here's some targets for it. You can even see on the AI here, it's showing bullish. And then we have near, which this one was really interesting to me. I felt like maybe it's doing this, just kind of like a triangle. So it is rejecting currently there. You need to have it get back above the triangle to be bullish again. Has to hold this line. I would call this the bullish above. If you are holding, it has to stay above that line. And then I'll just call this the support down here. And I need to double check that. Yeah, it's pretty close. Could move it up to here. Yeah, so support bullish. Could probably just remove that actually. So that's what you're looking like on near. It had a really nice move. I mean, hopefully people took profits on that first move, 18x, and then it did a whole nother move, 6x. So lower highs, that's what we're looking at right now. All right, this is ZKSync sitting right at support. If you believe in this project, if you believe in the team, if they're doing good marketing, this could be a good support area to buy. I mean, nobody wants to buy something that looks bad, right? They always want to buy something that looks good. But that's the thing, that's how you make money when nobody else is willing to buy it. So this one went down about 97%, well, actually more than that. Yeah, it went down about 99%. So could it revisit this wick? Sure. It could revisit the bottom of that, but it could just dip down a little bit and go up again. Yeah, I mean, you're taking a risk. You don't really know. You could put a trend line here, and then if you get a close above that trend line, maybe it just tightens up here and then breaks out of it. So yeah, just be careful with this one. I wouldn't put too much in if you are entering it. I wouldn't put too much in at this level. Anything you do put in would be worth a lot. So just not advice, of course, but if you like it, for sure. It looks like it could be a good value play anyway. Okay, that's all the charts that people were asking me about, and what do I want to show you now? I looked through DEX trades this morning just to see what people were buying, and a lot of it is profit taking, it seems like. I mean, there's ones like Swag. Ondo is always showing up on there. GRT's been showing up lately. Let me see if there's anything else on the first page here. ZYN kept popping up a lot. That's an interesting one. I started to call this one the other day, but I didn't. Yeah, look at all the volume that's starting to show up with this one. They must be starting marketing again. But there is some profit taking as well. I don't know if any of our favored wallets are in it. Yeah, there's a good fund that's in it, but they haven't bought recently. I mean, if we look at when they bought, oh, they actually bought it higher than what it's at right now. Yeah, I mean, ZYN could be one to look at. Let me just see what the chart looks like first, though. Yeah, not bad. This is kind of where I saw it at first, and now that I look back, that was definitely the time to get in, because that was a breakout. A lot of tokens are doing this. Bitcoin did the correction, and then like every single one of these meme coins just about did the same move. CHOLO did it. BONJOUR did it. Yeah, anyway, I think this could be a good one. You may want to look it up. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to show you MIGGLES. That's a really popular one right now. And number one, I want to show you what the smart money looks like, because there is some profit taking. I mean, there is a clear increase in smart money wallets, but there's also quite a few that bought it early that are selling. Let's just see where this person bought it. Yeah, see, they bought it at the very beginning, and they've started selling some of their profits. So you have to think in those terms, like, okay, somebody bought it at the very bottom, they're up 10x. Surely they're going to start taking some profits. They're not just going to keep holding. So you don't want to buy when people are taking profits, right? You want to get some kind of rejection where you can wait for a 50% retracement or whatever. But it is up 44x, almost 45x. So just be aware of that. And I do have some wallets here that Nansen actually brought up. This was one of them. Doesn't have a whole lot of trades. 62% win rate's good. Almost 500K realized profits good. And yeah, I mean, most of their profits were made in MIGGLES. And same thing, they bought it early. It's all about conviction, right? you have to buy when nobody else is willing to buy. But you have to be smart about it too. Anyway, I think that's about all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, again, if you're looking for tokens to get into, I mean, ATH has kind of started taking off already, but it could keep going. Layer 0 doesn't look too bad. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I mean, OP could keep going. You know, could it be some kind of inverted head and shoulders there? There was one other one. Yeah, Bitcoin's still going there. Oh, Bonjour. You know, Bonjour with a really nice breakout and retest. I mean, this is perfect. All we got to do is get right back above 277K market cap, and it'll take off. And I think CHOLO was same situation. I haven't looked at the price action today. Yeah, it bounced right off the bottom there after you know, this breakout of the triangle or the falling wedge. Okay, well, I'm going to end it there, I think, and let me know if you have any questions. Hit the like, all that, and we'll do another one next week. Y'all have a good one.